As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in this garage. Today we're going to help the homeowners out. We're going to lay a floor up in their attic and help them get some of this stuff out of the garage. And who knows, maybe they can get a car in here. Or maybe there is a car in here already and I just can't see it. Let's go see what we've got. Well, this is a pretty typical attic. Let me go ahead and measure these joists. And that's a standard 16 inches on center. This one's narrower, however, because of this door, but this will be easy to floor. And actually, it looks like the homeowners have already tried to store some stuff up here. But you need to be careful. This sheetrock is really delicate. Well, here's a good example right here. You can step right through this or your things can fall through. So if you do want to use the attic, it is a good idea to floor it. So I'm just going to take some measurements, see what I've got. And I'm not necessarily going to floor the whole attic. We just want to floor enough, a big enough space so that we have plenty of storage room up here. Okay, well let me go down, make sure I've got enough wood. 198. That's roughly 200 square feet that we're going to be flooring up in the attic. This looks like standard particle board, but this product comes from Canada, and actually it's a pretty interesting story. Every year, traditionally, the farmers will burn the leftover wheat straw. So a company decided to take that, grind it up, and make it into these boards. And these come pre-cut in 24 by 48 inch sections. So this is going to be a good size that we can work with. And if you've ever tried to take a big piece of plywood up into your attic and work with that, it's a lot harder. Plus, these are tongue and groove. So this is going to give us a really good tight fit and a sturdy floor. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these into the garage so I can get started. I've asked Ted to help me get these boards up into the attic. Ted, you got that one?
Got it.
Anytime that you're working with the ladder, it's a good idea to use all the safety precautions you can. And then later, he'll be helping me lay these out and rough them in too. Okay, got that one? This is the first issue that we're going to have to deal with before we can lay our floor. The electrical wires are running throughout the attic, and it would be a violation of code to set the boards on top of them. Plus, it would be dangerous. What we can do is notch out the ceiling joist. That way we can set the wire down in the notch and they won't get pinched by the boards. So I need to just mark where all these wires are. Once you've got your boards cut, you can take a hammer, give it a couple of whacks, to get that out of there. Then you can set your wires down in the notch just like this. And our wires are going to be fully protected. Here's the saw, Ted. This is where we're starting, in this corner. We're going to go ahead and lay this first row out and then anchor these boards down so that as we lay the rest of the floor, our boards won't be shifting or moving. I'll get off of that in just a second. Okay, let's get this where we need it. Yeah, it is. Let me drill a pilot hole right here. If you can take a closer look, you'll be able to see that I've countersinked this hole. That way when we put the screws in, they'll be flush with the board. I'm using this handy sleeve so that I don't tear up my fingers on this screw, but also this is going to let the screw go in straight. Ted, you want to hand me that next board? We're working on our second row and we're staggering the seams so that we can get greater stability with our floor. Look what Ted, my technical advisor, did for us. He loosened this air conditioning duct because it is really hot up here. I would strongly recommend, if you can, work in your attic in the fall, spring, or even the winter. But if you can't, this wasn't that big of a deal and it really is making a big difference. Okay, let me just cut this board off to fit and then we can keep moving. All right, we're moving right along. This board is going to go here, but I'm going to have to make another cut because I'm over the door with this one. And instead of measuring this, the easiest way to mark this board is just to mark it from the underneath, like this. Now when I turn this over, I'll be able to see my pattern. See, just like that. See how that worked right there? Now for this area, I'm going to have to make a different kind of cut. I'm going to have to rip the board, which means cutting it lengthwise. Okay, this is 10 3/4. But I do need to leave some space for these wires, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this board at 10 inches. Let me just give myself a mark. 10. Okay, and I've got this chalk line that I can use to give myself a good straight line. All right, let's cut it. Alright, this is going to work out really nicely. What we can do with this other piece of wood is go ahead and start this on the other side. And this piece, get rid of that sawdust, this piece goes right here. Just like that. Then I just need to rip the rest of the boards all the way down, use them on the other side. We're moving right along. Well, that's it. I'm finished. This is an easy installation that you could do yourself. We probably spent a few hours and roughly $100, so it was worth it. All we need to do now is clean out the garage and bring the boxes up.